So a few months ago, 6 months to be exact, something changed in my life. I became a father. And it's the craziest thing because, you go to Stratford or wherever, whatever hospital. You don't have to go to Stratford. You can stay home if you want. And you watch your wife do all the hard work, and then you end up with this child at the end of it. And this is the craziest part, okay? I don't know if you guys know this. Then they just let you leave. You can just take that child and walk out the door. There's no test. There's no prerequisite. There's no training. They're just like, yes, here's a human life. You look responsible enough, or maybe you don't. We don't really care. Please free up the bed and get out of the hospital. And that's it. And in the first few months, man, it was just a whirlwind of just am I ready for this? And it's too late, dude. You have the kid. And I still catch myself now, do I really know what I'm doing? Maya was up all night last night, and Ayla was up reading blogs this morning, trying to figure out how to get this girl to sleep. And she was like, what do you think we should do? And I was like, I have no idea, no clue. Contrary to popular belief, I've never done this before. But the truth is, whether I felt ready or not, I am a father. That's my identity now. Not my whole identity, but a significant part of it. And that's exactly what Paul is talking about in Galatians 4 when he's writing this section. He describes how an heir, even though they technically own everything, still lives like a servant until they step into their full identity. That's how many of us live in our faith. Jesus has already given us, like we learned last week, this new identity of children of God, but we still think and act like we're slaves, like we have to prove ourselves, like we don't actually belong. But just like physical growth, the discomfort is a sign that something is happening, that we are being transformed. Last summer, I trained for an Ironman. That's me. Yeah, you can skip to the next two here, Cindy. Yeah, that's also me. Good moods, guys. Good vibes in the Ironman. This is me on the run. Yeah. I did finish. I have a swimming background, so approaching this Ironman and thinking of the swim was no problem, right? I could do that in my sleep. I had no cycling background, and I had minimal running background, besides capture the flag. That's a real sport. Yeah, with lots of rest. And learning how to bike and how to run were so challenging. I had to start from scratch. I had to figure out how to pace myself. I had to learn how to push through fatigue to see improvement, and how to stay disciplined when my body wanted to quit. There were early mornings, there were sore muscles, and frankly, there was way too much spandex. But there were moments where I just questioned, why did I sign up for this? I signed up with other people, mind you, and they all bailed. And I just kept moving forward. Learning to bike those long distances was exhausting. And then learning to run after biking those long distances was even worse. But the only way to get stronger was to embrace that pain of progress. When race day came, it wasn't easy. But every hour of training, every painful moment ultimately led me to the finish line. And when I crossed it, I realized something. The struggle had changed me. I no longer had an interest in doing an Ironman ever again. But it had changed me in other ways too. I wasn't just someone who had attempted a half Ironman. I was someone who had completed one. I had learned to push past the voice in my head that said, you can't do this. I had discovered strength I didn't know I had. I had gained confidence, not just in my ability to race, but in my ability to press on when things got hard. I saw how growth didn't happen in comfort. It happens in the struggle. That race didn't just shape me physically, it shaped the way I think, the way that I now tackle challenges, the way that I trust the process, even when I can't see the finish line. Spiritual growth is the same way. The struggle changes us. It deepens our trust in God. It stretches our faith and makes us into the people he created us to be, but only if we embrace the process. In the same way, our spiritual growth requires that endurance. God is forming Christ in us, but that formation comes through difficulty. It comes through seasons of waiting, through unanswered prayers, and personal struggles. But the question remains, will we push through or will we quit when it gets hard?